and good old Instagram.
Yeah.
We're live.
We are live. Hey y'all.
Happy,
Everybody have a happy day?
what are we with, Tuesday?
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. What's going on?
Happy Tuesday to
Okay,
you.
that works. That works. All right, we're getting in on Instagram. Oh, why you?
Checking in from all angles. Happy Tuesday, y'all.
Happy Tuesday.
Just being goofy.
It's a little bright. Okay, I see the brightness. I guess that light does help. All right, we give a little chance to get acquainted. Hope everyone's having a great week so far. I know it's only 2 days in, but if you're like me, we got a 3-day weekend coming up, so I know you're excited about that. So yeah, just give us a shout out as you come on in, and we'll get started shortly. But in regular news, I don't know about you all, but here in Florida, they're starting to open up the state, so there was a little sense of normalcy this weekend with all these people out and trying to get back into the swing of things. But I still feel like we're a few weeks out,
Yes.
So yeah, that's me tap dancing like she was getting set up on Instagram.
On our platforms, like Cleet said, happy Tuesday, everyone. We hope you all had a good weekend. Hope you all have been remaining safe, healthy.
Yeah.
Overall, hope you all have been having a good, productive week, right?
You see your boy got out there, got a haircut,
Oh, he was happy that he was
Woo!
able to get a haircut.
Man, cutting your own hair is not where it's at. I'm sorry.
And that was a short story, right? So, in this whole quarantine, it kind of forces you to like do stuff on your own that you would normally get done,
Help
So
me.
this one right here, he didn't order, he went to Amazon.
I had to get the equipment,
ordered
you know what
his
I mean?
equipment and,
I had to be ready,
But
you know.
you did good. He did his and Aiden's hair.
Aiden. Listen, there's a reason y'all see no pictures of Aiden.
If we could have like a before and after, I think.
Yeah.
But you did, you did an overall good job for it to be the first time like you had to do it. Like in an emergency situation.
Yeah, he was alright. Just cut it all
It'll be
off.
good.
Put
It'll
that
be
guard
good.
on. Yum.
It was good. It was good. He did what he had to do, to not look like Scruff McGruff. But
Yeah, I know how to do my beard and stuff, but the other stuff, like the tape in, I bought the little edger, the thing you trace the
G-Mo.
edge. Hey, G-Mo. I had the whole edger thingy going and
have a little pencil thing to, get your.
didn't have the patience. It took me about 2 hours. So I'm happy to have my barber back. Shout out to Mike.
Oh wow!
Anyway.
Okay, good to see.
Oh, you saw that? Yeah, I saw that feature the other week. I forgot to tell you.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. You wanna?
So anywho, welcome to our weekly live that we do, the Branding Geeks.
Yep.
This week we're going to be talking about we're going to still be talking about why you need a website, part 2.
Yeah.
Just going and diving deeper into, why it's important as a business owner, if you have a brand, if you have a company, why you need to have a website, especially in this century, okay?
Yes.
Especially during this time, right? During this quarantine time in this pandemic, it's even, it just proves our point even more why you need a website, why you need to have a website. So we just want to talk a little bit about that. Hey family, must say you too. Oh, thank you, G-Mom.
Oh wait, I didn't hit it.
Oh, look at you.
No, I got it. All right, here we go. Why is it doing that? There we go.
Oh, there you go. He's trying to wave at me.
I'm shaking the whole thing.
Everybody's like, oh, what you doing? What you doing?
Let's not exaggerate.
Yes, they're shaking over there.
Oh.
Anywho,
What's up, Reggie? What's up, brother?
Hey, Reggie.
All right.
So we just wanted to get on here and talk about why we need a website, part 2, and 2 of the reasons why. I'm gonna just break them down, and Cleet's gonna dive right in, and I'll jump in. But 1, having a website gives you credibility as a business owner, as a brand. And the second thing is that it increases your revenue. I mean, that's kind of important, right? That's one of the reasons, besides, you making lives better, for your clients or for your community or for your tribe, you want to increase your revenue.
Yeah. So let's dive in. Let's focus in. We'll spend a little time on credibility. We'll spend a little bit of time on increasing your revenue, and then we'll open up for questions. All right. So credibility, right? So if any of you have bought anything online, right, you first thing you're looking to do, you want to go and you're looking for some type of review of it, or you want to have some kind of touch point to guarantee that, hey, listen, I'm about to spend my money on this. I want to make sure it is as advertised. So just off the bat, you know, having a website gives you the opportunity to give credibility to your products or services, your content, right? So if you're selling t-shirts, your website gives you that option or that ability to have testimonials or reviews where you can gather all of the positive things and even the, you know, neutral things and maybe even the negative things that people have said about your product, so that or their services, so that people can see the reality of what they're about to purchase. And be honest, sometimes people can feel like, you know, having all type of reviews and testimonies on your website can hurt you, but in actuality, it causes people to make that decision because it gives them that comfort that they are working with the human, not this big old organization, or maybe they want to have that feeling of it's a large organization and they don't want to work with a mom and pop or a small type situation. So that's why it's very important, because it just adds that credibility. And let's just be honest, you know, I don't know about you all, but I find it a little weird when I'm doing business with someone and they have no presence on the internet. No presence on Facebook.
It's almost like an automatic no for me. You know?
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, like in this century, like if I'm like, oh, let me check out their website and they don't have a website, like.
Yeah, it's
kind of like
it's all about the first impression.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what
exactly,
I mean?
It's first impression.
Yeah, so it lets me think. It as a customer, as a consumer, it makes me question, like, are you hiding something? Are you avoiding something? Or have you just not taken the time to do something that has become a necessity in business?
Right.
It's no longer saying, oh, that's optional, I don't need a website to function. It's like, yeah, you can run your business to a certain degree, but business owners and corporations understand that if I'm looking to scale my business and looking to have my business work for me around the clock, then I need something that is in the virtual space that lives in you know, a no time zone, right? That can operate at any time of the day. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But the credibility, you know, for testimonies, right? Testimonies, reviews, and, you know, obviously from a first impression standpoint, it lets someone know that you're serious about your business, your ideal, your product, your content, and lets them know that you're serious about it, that you're serious enough about it that you put some money or your time, because time is money, right? So you put money, you put investment into carving out a place on the internet where you can deliver that content, deliver that product or that service.
And side note, just if y'all hear a little background noise, it's just our little ones. Okay.
They just going in right now.
You know, they make their appearance sometimes. I mean, yeah, you didn't have to say anything, but I know they're getting kind of rowdy in the background. So if you do hear anything, it's just the little ones. Y'all know how it is with the little ones. So yeah, he's trying to quiet them down now.
They
with class, he's trying to.
You know how to be
like you know when you have company, you be like.
You know what I'm saying?
In real life, how would you say it?
Huh?
In real life.
What? Like how I would do it?
Yeah.
I was just showing her. I was like, you know, trying to say your words slow so they could read your lips. Man.
Yes.
Anyway,
sorry, because they were getting louder and louder. I was like, let me just.
Like really, we just told them. It's like, yeah, we're gonna be quiet this time. We got it.
Yeah, I'm like, mommy and daddy's in a meeting. So what does that mean? Be quiet.
Yeah, and then going in. So basically, you want a website because it gives you credibility. The last thing I'll say about the credibility piece is the aesthetics of the website. So another thing that is very important is not just having a website, right? One person may say, you know what, let me just go and get one of those free websites so I can just put my name on there, a picture of me, and call it a day. Since you say I need a website, right? I think another thing that adds to credibility for your brand, for your product, for your service, is a well-designed website. A website that looks like there's been an investment made, right?
Exactly.
A website that takes your client on a journey. And that's kind of later on what we're going to get into when we talk about your website increases your revenue. But a well-designed website says a lot about you and your brand. It says that you got something right? It says that you have the the business acronym.
Lakeisha.
Acronym? God, I'm saying that word wrong.
Acronym?
Not acronym. Gosh, don't worry about it. I said
It'll
the word wrong. But it shows that
It's
you
all
have,
right.
you're business savvy enough to understand that I need to have a solid brand. What's up, Keisha? I need to have a solid brand that people will want to engage with. So I can't look, I can't look like I'm at a super lower level than someone in my industry. So let's take Nike as an example. If you're selling clothing and Nike has a nice sleek website, what's up, PP? She said, okay,
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Lakeisha. That reminds me. Please like this live and share it. Thank you so much, Lakeisha,
thanks for
sharing.
So faithful. Oh my God. Appreciate you. I said, people said, okay,
Oh yeah, I know that sounds like this.
oh my gosh. Anyways, so a well-designed website is going to give you the credibility. It's going to let your potential clients, your prospects, your audience know that you made an investment on presenting your brand to the world, and that adds a lot of credibility to it. So,
and mind you, I want to jump in and say now, don't let not having a website in the beginning stop you from like continuing on and like going with your business.
That's
okay, good. Even if like Cleet said, like you could just put a picture up and say coming soon or something like that. Just don't have it up for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Right. Faith is little by little. It gets better. Faith is progressive, right?
Yeah.
So just use the rock that you have at that time, and then make it better as you go on your way, kind of thing.
And that's a good segue.
I don't want to, I don't want you to get stagnant, from your business.
Yeah, facts. Because I know us, right? We're like, well, you know what? I can't launch the business until I have the website up, right? So I get it. That's a solid point.
But just don't stay there.
I think you have to, and we'll talk about this maybe in another live, but there are stages to your business, right? Mm-hmm. You want to always be doing something at the level you can do it, right? So phase one, maybe, you know what, I need to go and just throw up a fan page, just so I can start to communicate with my audience. I can probably send out some surveys on there. I can send direct messages to my friends and family to pique interest about, the product or service I'm selling, mm-hmm. or I'm looking to sell, right? And then as I build on that and I build my funds up, maybe from savings, maybe from actually selling the product or service, then I can go and invest in a website. But it's about having a plan, right? And phasing it out. Right. So to Kim's point, you don't want to not have anything up, right? You don't want to, or not do anything because you don't have a website. Right. So that's not what we're saying, but we're saying that you do need one.
Yes.
Don't think that you'll be able to scale and grow your business without making that investment.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then that I was gonna say that's a good segue into the second point, mm-hmm. of why you need a website, which is it's a vast opportunity to increase your revenue.
That part.
Like we've been talking about on several of our lives, websites are no longer just shout out Esquire, okay. I see you, brother. Yeah, see, I know got the Esquire, okay. That's what I'm talking about, brother. But what I was saying is, we've been talking a lot about your website not just being a glorified business card. You want your website to be a salesperson for you that can mm-hmm. operate and function for you and sell your product and service 24/7, while you're sleeping. You always hear about people, I want passive revenue. I want revenue while I'm sleeping. Well, if you design your website with proper, like we always call it, call to actions, mm-hmm. then you can drive your clients to a call, to a product page, a sales page, a order form. Like you can drive them to a specific action to have a transaction with you. Mm-hmm. And it's very important that you look at your website as not just a place to show your face and say, hey, here's what I do, and then leave people kind of figuring out how to do business with you.
Right.
Oh, contact me, that's the basics we normally do. You have a contact page with that generic form, right? It says first name, last name, email, and mm-hmm. message, right? That's too vast, right? You're not telling me what to do.
Where to go.
Yeah.
your website.
I'm on your site. I see that you do some amazing things. You may be a lawyer. You may be a host. You know, a brand, a personal brand. You may have a book. But if you never tell me what to do, then you know you're decreasing the opportunity for me to take action with whatever you want me to do. So we always encourage clients to have clear messaging on your website that drives to a specific call to action. And all pages and all blog posts and all content that you create on there, it drives them to that same place. You know, so you know it's very important that you understand that you're just having that minor you know shift, or that minor adjustment is a better word. That minor adjustment can increase your income there. You can go from not having you know any sales on your website right to simply putting a way for a person to engage with you. And you may say, hey, listen, I'm not at a point where I have an order form, right, or a product or anything, but they can get on a call with you. They can
sign up for your newsletter. They can
that part right there, you know, and now guess what? That's a big one too. You know, sometimes you may be at a point like I talked about earlier, where you're in the early stages. You're developing the product. You're still trying to survey, you know, everyone and figure out what's going to be best for the product or service you're trying to introduce to the world. So a great thing that you can do is collect emails. At the very least. That is your basic call to action if you don't do anything else.
All right.
Hey, thanks for stopping on my website. Won't you join my email list or my newsletter?
To stay up to date.
Stay up to date with what's changing.
Right.
I give you tips about my styling or about, you know, my books or the next or content piece that I write. So, you know, it's very, it's a small thing to do. That makes a big deal in your business.
Fifi says, that's great. I want my website to be a salesperson for me.
Oh, they work
Absolutely.
And then I'll give y'all.
Working while you sleep. Come on.
I'm going to give y'all this nugget. And I appreciate that, Will. Appreciate that, brother.
Hey guys, I'm following you in the fam. Thanks, Will.
I'm going to give y'all this nugget. Now, to take that to the next level, you have a website that has copy that is talking about your product or your service. It's talking about not only, you know, hey, here's me and I have this product and I'm so great, but it's also telling your story, right? People do business with people they know, like, and trust.
Yeah.
So if you're telling your story on there, you're engaging them into not only being transactional with you, but being loyal with your brand. Because now people, you know, there's a reason why people wear Nike and they don't wear Adidas. And there's a reason why people wear Adidas and they don't wear Nike, because they associate with the brand and they see themselves in that brand. Right. There's a reason why people use Apple and people use Android. There's a psychological thing with their marketing, huh?
Shade you throw. No, I'm just kidding.
I didn't throw shade. I'm keeping it neutral. I'm gonna be good today. I'm gonna be good today. Nah, you know.
Keep it generic.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know how these Android people get. They're aggressive. You know. So I'm gonna leave them alone.
Brand loyalty is huge. It is.
Think about it. Think about Jordan. You know, in the African American culture, there are people who have Jordan logo on their skin. Why is it? Is it because they love Jordan the person so much?
I just heard recently, like in Atlanta, when Atlanta first opened, because you know Atlanta was like first place to open up.
Yeah.
Like there was a line out at one of the
for the Jays.
For the Jays.
It was on May the 4th.
In the pandemic.
Yeah, the 4th.
Still getting the Jays.
Yeah, but see, that's what it is. I mean, or Chris Brown. Chris Brown got a Jordan
on his face.
This dude got a Jordan shoe on his face, like on his face. Like,
is that a shoe on your face?
Dude, you got a shoe on your face, bro? Right? But
that's
why?
Crazy. So
let's talk about why. Why? How could Jordan get to that loyalty? Yeah. It's because they identify.
You throw a shade. Somebody, you know.
Listen, we ain't gonna get on you, Doc. But it's the reason why people. It's a reason why people go to those extremes.
Yeah.
It's because they identify with the brand, and that's what you want to do. But it's going to take time. Obviously, it doesn't happen overnight. But that happens when you, like I said, you tell your story and you engage. So when it gets to your website, don't be afraid to tell your story behind the clothing brand.
Yeah.
behind the brand, the personal brand, right? Why did you get into speaking or acting or book writing? Why did you get into law, right?
Yeah.
You know, tell the story. I mean, it engages people, and that can be the thing that takes them over. And the nugget I really wanted to say, that one just kind of jumped into to it. Is video. Video on your website. You talk about having sales people that work 24 hours. Imagine if you sat down, took the time to do a video. It don't have to be a fancy video. It could literally be you and a nice background, just talking about your product, talking about your story. Imagine you looking directly in the camera and talking about, you know, saying you give it boom, you know what I'm saying? You hit them with the
this is me.
We're goofy, man.
This is me. This is our story. Thank you for coming
You know
to
what I'm
my
saying? You
website.
give them that, what's Badu, Sterling K.
With the
You give
tear.
them 1 tear, you know what I mean? Hit them with the 1 tear and you still talking. Like, how did you make that tear and you're not even really crying? Yeah. You know, you hit them with the 1 tear. How they not gonna buy your shirt? I'm just saying. You
Hit
know.
him with the 1 tear.
Yeah, we should. It should be a hashtag.
Oh, gosh.
But seriously, like, you know, you tell your story, and you have videos that describe the different aspects of you coming up with the product, or you know, you selling the product, and you have them on your website. Those are absolute sales agents that a person can literally sit there, watch the video, go through a whole sales presentation with you via video, and then have a place below where there's a button they can click and buy your product, buy your service. So that's why you want to have a website, because it gives you control to create those experiences for your clients that you can't do really on social media and the other mediums.
Right.
You can do a version of it, but you have more autonomy, more control on your personal brand. What's up, Bruce? Good to see you, brother. But that is, I mean, you look, I want to leave some time for questions, but
yes.
I mean, that's the long and short of it.
Yeah.
You know, you want to have a website because, one, it builds credibility. People take you serious. They understand that you've made an investment. It's just like employers. They typically hire people for upper positions because they have degrees in that area. That shows them that you made the necessary investment to learn the knowledge to be able to operate in this position. Well, the same thing happens with the website. When a person sees that you've invested in a website, that lets them know that you put some skin in the game for your business, and you're not just gonna close up shop and be out of the country or just or offline, right? In the next day or so, right? It lets them know that you have skin in the game, and you made an investment in the brand and the service or the content you're producing, and that you putting your money where your mouth is, basically. So that's it. Oh yeah, and then so that's the first point, and then
increasing your revenue.
And then the second point is, you get an opportunity to increase your revenue because you give them a clear call to action throughout the website. And now when you go back to your website, if you haven't done this already, go back to your websites and look and see, does my website, first of all, is the messaging clear? Do they clearly know? Do they clearly know who I am, what I'm about? And then most importantly, do they know what I would like them to do? Do they know if I want them to buy my product or just watch my videos or read my poems or read my raps,
Sign up for something.
Sign up for my email list. Like, what am I very clear on what I do, who I am, and what I want them to do?
Right.
If you guys work on that, I'm telling you, man, there's nothing. You're going to see a large increase in productivity from your website. And now, as you post online, now when you send them back to your website, you have confidence that they're not just going to bounce, because you're communicating as soon as they hit that page with you what you want them to do. So
absolutely. So that is that. Any questions? Any questions about why you might need a website? And it doesn't, like we say every week, it doesn't necessarily, your questions don't have to necessarily be about what we talked about today. It could be about anything with branding, websites, logos, social media.
And for those of you who are here for the first time, Branding Geeks, what do we do, right? Well, we're a digital marketing agency where we focus on messaging, we focus on web design, graphic design, and we build pretty amazing websites.
Social media strategy.
And then social media strategy. Yeah, for sure. That's the I want to say it's a new thing that we do because we've been doing it for some years, but we've added it to
officially.
we added it to the arsenal of services that we provide for clients. And we come here every week. Adrian in the building. We come here every week just to share value with you all, just to answer the questions you may have about anything concerning marketing, anything to do with building your business, getting up and running, your logos, your branding. Obviously, we're the branding geeks, so we our expertise are in the area of design and user experience, right? Customer experience. So we build really amazing websites that make it easy for our clients to sell their products and service.
Right.
So anyway, we love coming on here and just chatting it up with you all and just sharing knowledge.
Yes.
That's our main motive. We're not here to try to sell you on the offside or anything like that. We're really just here because we know how, this is something Kim and I talk about all the time. Like, as we've been entrepreneurs, we've always wanted to connect with individuals who were just authentic. They just get up and just tell you what like it is. Don't hold anything back. Not just give you a piece of it and then charge you for the rest. So we try to pay it forward, doing the same thing. We follow our amazing coach, Ronnie Brown. She shouts us out and she does the same. She keeps it authentic. So we're following that, and we got some of our
fellow girl CEOs.
Yeah, we got some of our fellow girl CEOs in
founding member. Come on.
Yeah. So listen. So I know we kind of talk. We just get into our topics. I don't know if we ever kind of sit down and really talk about what we do. So I just want to take that time. But we do got a question.
Do you all host and maintain sites if you didn't build it?
Okay, let me see. Do we host
and maintain?
Yeah, we'll have to talk, Bruce.
We have maintenance packages.
We do have maintenance packages. It just depends on what is built in. So we do have
that part.
Right. and we do, now I'll say this, we do have on our team, we do have designers that we can build in WordPress and Shopify, Squarespace. And you notice I'm trying to make sure I say it carefully. But
yes.
we don't do Wix. And it's not that we think we're better than Wix. Here's the thing with Wix, and
they make it real difficult.
Wix is a great starting place, but there's a lot of limitations to you as a business owner when you're ready to scale your business. So that's why we avoid Wix. Wix is really good to get started, to that conversation where you're like, I just need to start somewhere. Yes, it's a good solution to get started, but if you do have access to any designer, any web builder, branding geeks, or anybody like that, please do yourself a favor and start with WordPress, because you're telling yourself from a price standpoint, I'm okay with going with Wix right now because it meets the budget, but you're going to be down the road a month, a year, 2 years, and you're going to still have to hit that crossroad where you need to scale your business, and then you're going to have to get rid of Wix, and it's going to be a headache.
Right.
So I just had a client, I had their website done about a week and a half ago, and it took us a week and a half to work with Wix to just get everything from there to
transfer stuff over.
So do yourself a favor and build it up. So I don't know if that answers your question, Bruce. If it doesn't, we could talk offline.
Yes, DM Cleet.
Yeah. We'll chop it up. We
since it's on this page.
Yeah, we talked before, so we could talk a bit, but hopefully that answers your question. Any other questions?
Yes, any other questions?
Anything you got? Because I want to make sure we give a little value before we jump off of here.
Yes.
Or we gave value, but if you had some specific question, what you're trying to say.
I think they know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
Anywho, I know it's a little delay in here, but I don't see any questions.
Well, what can the people find us, baby?
In that voice. He said, thanks. Bruce. No problem, Bruce. Thank you all so much for joining us this week. You can find us. We're on social media. Stay tuned next week. We're going to give you, the part 2 of why you need to be on social media.
Yep.
But no, for real, we're on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, and even now on YouTube. Okay.
Yep.
If you want to catch up on our lives that we've been doing since last year, we're almost hitting a year, y'all. A year.
28 episodes? I think it's the 28th episode.
We got episodes, y'all. Come on.
That's dope. You understand how hard this was. I used to be like this, oh God, we gotta do this again. You know what I'm saying?
She said, "Wait a minute. Can you all?" Adrian said, "Can you all explain the last question on my homework? What was the last? What's the last
Come on.
question?
Oh, this will be good for the people.
Yeah. What's the last question? You remember it off the top?
Nah.
Adrian, what's the statement? I finished except for that part.
The transformation statement. Yes,
Oh.
that's good. All right, we're going to answer that, and then we had a question over here. Don't forget from Fifi.
Okay, from Fifi.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. If your website is jacked up,
Thanks, Keisha.
where should you start first? Okay.
All right, so we're going to answer a question from one of our amazing clients, Adrian. If you hadn't got a chance to check out Chic Essentials Boutique,
Yes.
check her out on Instagram. Amazing boutique, amazing brand, just an amazing person.
Yes.
So we talked about people do business with people they know, like, and trust. If you just talk to her for 5 minutes, you're just gonna want to buy all of her stuff. She's an amazing person. So shout out to her. So she has a question. On. We're going through a process with her, and we're taking her through a process what we call story branding, right? So we help clients clear up your messaging and build your what we call a brand script. So this is your script, right? This is what you use for your brand. It helps you from just getting into going down the weeds and getting into office to something else that doesn't really represent you as a brand, represent you for what your why, right? Your reason why you started your company.
Right.
So there's a part of it where we talk about a transformation story or a transformation statement. And excuse me.
Need a little water.
I might need a little water. No, I was just having to rip it out. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about that, folks. So the transformation statement is really what a client goes through when they interact with your brand, your product, or your service, and it's the transformation that happens from them having the problem, the challenge, and then your product, service, your solution coming in and saving the day. So an example of a transfer. Oh, shout out. Okay. Ms. Barnes in the building. Okay.
Yay.
Here's an example of a transformation statement. I went from broke, busted, and disgusted, not knowing where my next money was, my next income, my next paycheck was going to come from, to prospering, fulfilled, and living the life that I've always wanted to live. Making the money I want to make and owning my schedule. Right? So what did I just describe? I just described the pain of where a person
She said not broke, busted.
Broke, busted, and disgusted.
Everybody said, I went from broke, busted, and disgusted.
Right, and think about that. It's and you want it to be almost from extreme to extreme like that, because you want to paint the picture of what your product, your service does. You might say a t-shirt doesn't do that. Well, maybe it does. Maybe you're a person that has trouble expressing your faith or expressing, how what's really going on the inside of you, right? I don't want to get into like the personality types. You got some people who are creatives and, it's hard for them to really put the words how they feel. So clothing a lot of times allows people to express themselves. So you can have a transformation saying, listen, I went from not really knowing my identity, right? Knowing how to express myself to being a person that is confident, living bold. Bold, right? All of those things can come from the clothes you wear. Don't get it twisted. So, so with the transformation story, no matter what the product or service is, you want to show that like I said, that contrast. You want to show the state that the customer found themselves in when they first met you and when they first engaged with your product, and then that transformation that happened, right? I went from a website that had blurry images, that was built on Wix, that wasn't responsive and did not have a call to action, to a website that caused me to earn 50% more income than I've earned in 2 years, and I have more traffic than I've ever had, and now I can go on the trip that I finally want to go on to. Now, you may not have all that stuff on the other side, but I'm just trying to paint the picture.
She said, okay, yes. Okay, so I'm speaking as if I'm the customer.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's the transformation they make. And then we had a question but thanks for that question.
Felicia.
Hopefully that helped everybody. That was a great question.
Felicia says, if your website is jacked up, where should you start first?
In my opinion, you want to start with a professional with an expert and have them do an audit of your website. Because no, this is good. Thank you. This is a good analogy. You don't want to.
She said I'm getting an A on my homework. Come on now.
you don't want to self-diagnose. Okay, how many of us have went onto
WebMD?
I already know.
I got this. Oh Lord!
Raise your hand if you've been on WebMD and now you got water on your knees. You know what I'm saying? You're like, wait, I thought my shoulder was hurting. I got fluid in my knee.
You gotta treat that too.
Lose. Okay.
Okay.
That was weird.
Okay.
We're gonna cycle. We good?
Yeah, we good.
Okay.
I guess we almost lost some Facebook people over there.
Hopefully,
every disease.
Right. Let us know if you're still on Facebook. We just
on Cleats.
We had a little pause real quick. But anyway, so you don't want to answer Felicia's question, you don't want to self-diagnose, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to say, well, I think these are the problems with my website, so I'm just going to go and fix it myself or try to figure them out. You want to get with an expert. Yeah. You want to get with an expert like the branding geek, so like a web builder, a web designer, and you want to have them say, hey, do you guys do some kind of audit to kind of let me know the state of my website so I can know, what things I need to start working on. And like I said, once you go to an expert, they can
self-diagnose.
Yeah, they can really help you and point you in the right direction. They'll let you know, hey, I need to build you a new website. Oh, we can save this. This is what you need to do. Maybe your pictures are blurry.
Yeah.
Let me, optimize your photos, right?
Yeah.
Your messaging is off. It's really not clear. You don't have a call to action, right? They'll be able to help you identify the key areas that you're lacking, and then they'll go ahead and hook you up, get you in the right track. Please.
Yeah, so thanks for the question, Fifi. Will asks, how hard, in parentheses, time and money, to move a website to a more desired host with a potential growth/need?
That's a good question. I think it's depending on where you move it from, Will. So it's not so much as expensive as it is. Well, let me tell you this. If you need to get a new website built, then you'll have the expense of that new website. And then there's like a small fee it's almost the same cost of purchasing a domain or a URL. From
Wix.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's talk, Will, man. Let's talk. But
take another word. We'll talk after this.
Thank you for just keeping it real, man.
Yes.
So here's the thing.
Being clear.
So here's the thing with Wix. So we have Will over here on Facebook.
Yes.
He asks about how expensive would it be to move from one platform to another, and I told him it depends on depends on where you're moving from, right? So
and how much?
So in certain situations, right, you may be on Shopify or maybe even on Squarespace, and your website may not be in a bad state. So a good web designer is not going to just try to sell you a new website. They're going to say, okay, I see where you are. Maybe you need to change your photos. Maybe you need to change your messaging.
Just updating certain
right. They'll clean you up and get you functional.
Yeah.
But in your case, Will, in our honest recommendation, we say if you're a person that have a Wix website, we want to move you off of that to a platform that can grow. So you're going to have the cost of building that new WordPress website or Squarespace website. And then you're going to have the cost of just the transfer, which is the price of the domain. So, and then the hosting of that new platform, right? So I don't know what the cost is for Wix, but let's say if you're spending anywhere from $20 to $30, you're going to save a little bit on that when you move over to the platform that we normally work with which is GoDaddy, or you got Bluehost. You got a couple of other ones there, but you're going to be in that ballpark of $15 to $20 for the hosting, and then you got the price of it.
When you say Wix.
And listen, Wix come far away, but it ain't come far enough, man.
Yeah.
And we just we can't have our people with the Wix website.
It just makes it like on our end in the process more so like this. And this is Cleet's wheelhouse because he's the website designer. Sometimes it's a big headache in having to like the bumps that we get, we go through every time we have a client that's coming from Wix to WordPress. There's some stuff. Yeah. We gotta,
and people
plow
notice,
through,
And trust me, people notice. You might say, oh, this looks real good. No, people won't be able to tell. It's like, no, it's a flow. It's the way that the website flows and feels when you scroll your mouse. Like, their code is just, it's just not there. So, well, we got you. We got you. Let's chat it up. DM me and
Yes,
we'll
DM,
talk,
please.
man. We'll see what we need to do. You know, I got you, man.
Yes.
We go back, brother. Okay.
You just sound like The Rock.
Well, I
Go
like
back,
The Rock.
brother.
I like The Rock. I try to, I'm just trying to engage,
You're doing good. You're doing good. Any other questions
I'm
today?
loving the questions. I wish we could just do questions. It would be great.
Well, we
'Cause
could do a Q&A. We could do a Q&A. We've
Yeah.
done one before.
We did. Yeah,
We just don't do it, like
because
every
it's
week
just
thing,
it's
but-
so many various topics that people would have. I love it. So
Yes.
anyway,
But we love the questions, you all. If there's not any more, thank you all for joining this week's live. Like I started to say before, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Check us out on our website, www.thebrandygeeks.com. And also check out our new YouTube page where you could get caught up, any of our lives are around
Previous was
28,
26.
20.
This is the 28th one, so we got
This is the
27 more.
28th, so this won't be on there soon. Our episodes are on there. All of our lives that we've done. We're almost at a year. Come on, woo-woo.
Yep. And then if you even on our website, we got on our website too. So
Yes. So
give them a geek on. So
so if if any questions come to you after this live, feel free to hit us up. You know how to hit us up. Okay, DM us, email us, contact us at thebrandygeeks.com. And we look forward to talking with y'all.
appreciate everybody for coming.
Yes,
Thanks for
thank
the
you all
love.
for joining us this week. We hope you all finish this week strong.
Yeah.
Remember to, stay healthy, stay safe.
Yep.
Most of all, stay connected.
Okay. All right, I ain't gonna even jump in your clothes.
All right, y'all have a good night.
All right, y'all.
Bye.
See you tomorrow, Adrian.